let's get into it and talk about our first product feature, which is our multiple brand portals. You may be asking yourself, well, Sam, Scott, what's a brand portal and why do I suddenly get multiples of these? Well, let's walk you through this. But as you can see with the description, this debuted in April of 2022, and this is allowing for us to take what we had as available for one brand portal per account, and now we've lifted that limit, and now you can use 100 per account. And this is going to allow for more flexibility in use cases to what I'm about to show you. So let's dive into this, and then we'll go through the slides to reiterate some of the points that I'm about to make. Let's jump on over and take a look at my Cloudinary dashboard. Now, one thing I want to point out here before we get too deep into this is that you might be noticing a slightly different user interface for the navigation compared to what you might be having in your system. This is also giving you a little bit of a taste of future updates that will be coming from Cloudinary. Technically, what I'm showing you is in beta, but in a few coming months, it will be rolled out to all of users like you, having the ability to have a left-hand focused navigation in this way. But all the steps I will be performing are not tied to that. You can do them absolutely with your user interface as well if it doesn't match what I have on my screen. Now, first thing we want to make sure of is that you are in your digital asset management section. So that should mean that you are in your media library if you are on the older user face. And if you have a more button in this area, this will be able to direct you to what we call your portals if you have this feature turned on. From here, what you'll be able to see is that this gives you the ability to build as many portals as your account allows you. And as we said, we've lifted that. So that way it's not one per account. It can be up to 100 per account. But the first thing that you'll want to do when you are working on this is start building what we call collections. This is where we're combining assets like your images and your videos, regardless of where they happen to be into your system, into something that's very deliverable for the front end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a brand new collection to show you the versatility of brand portals. And then we're going to create a brand portal here together. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to find some pictures that I want to combine. And I can see here, I have pictures of 3 amazing Cloudinary Academy trainers that I'm going to go and select. So at this point, I've gone and selected these 3 images, and I want to go create a collection off of this. So I'm going to go to my user interface here at the top and hit add to collection, just as I'm showing here. At this point, I'm going to go and create my new collection, and I'm going to say Academy Instructors 2022 and create a brand new collection. And what this is now allowing to do is it's bringing those 3 images not out of my media library, not changing their location, but just essentially creating a pathway to include those into one clear collection. And I can see that through my collections feature. Here's my Academy instructors and the 3 that I had chosen. Now, let's say that I want to make this public facing. Well, technically with collections, I could, because I can go and publish a link that immediately gives me a delivery URL. And we can see that this is now publishable. And so I can send this out on email, on social media, as a way to say, hey, if you need downloadable assets of our Academy instructors, in my example, they're right there, and I can do so. I can download them all at once as a zip file, or I can download individual files from this case. But this is where brand portals start to get really exciting, because what I can then do is I can include this as a static link with other collections. So if I wanted to have pictures of my instructors, but maybe also Cloudinary logos, or I wanted to include maybe assets of the pictures of our offices, because we know that these are things that maybe the media regularly requests, maybe agencies that are working with us on branding and marketing efforts might be requesting, I can combine those into a portal. So I could easily go and create a brand new one. And I'm going to go and call this Cloudinary Academy Assets. And so at this point, we can determine what the URL of this is going to be. So I'm just going to write CLD Academy. And then this is where I can choose any of the collections that I've created over time. So I'm going to go ahead and choose 2 that we have here. One for an upcoming conference that we're going to be a part of, and one of our instructors. And notice I can always change the sort order of any of these. So if I want a certain collection to be first or second, Absolutely, I can go ahead and do so. I can hit create. Now you can see I can change some details about it before it's published. It doesn't make it live immediately, which is very nice because you don't have to worry about people finding it in the wild if you accidentally shared a link or someone shared a link that you're not aware of. It can be unpublished, and you can always take it down and bring it back up. From here, I would be able to edit the description. So I could say pictures associated with Cloudinary's training academy. And then I can also set certain options, and I can always add and delete collections from here at any given time. Once I hit save, and then when I ensure that everything's good to go by my team reviewing this, I can then publish it. What's great about this is that, as you've seen, I can easily open this in a brand new tab right from the Cloudinary dam, and there's everything right there for me. This is wonderful because now you can start providing these static links with multiple collections inside of them. And these are also somewhat dynamic because if I decide to remove an image or video from a collection or add it to a collection, then this page will always adopt what happens to be there. So this can always be the latest and greatest of what your team is providing. And now with this increased functionality and versatility that we are providing, that you can create more than just one. This is something that will really be beneficial for your overall branding and delivery efforts for those that need to publish your assets. To reiterate, every portal will have a unique delivery name. This creates the delivery URL for your public sharing page. You choose the collections that you want to bring through, as Scott has shown here with this awesome screenshot. You can then see that you can always change things from unpublished to published as you see fit. And also the ability to customize those download options is something that's going to be able to be done, where if you want people to only be able to download transformed assets versus meaning that they've had a certain preset or certain look and feel applied to them, or if you want them to still be able to download the originals, that is something you can choose to do. And of course, you can always edit these at any given time. I do want to point out, if for some reason you're not seeing it in your system today, it's easy enough to reach out to our team and ask for access to this. So all that would mean is that when you are inside of your system, there should be a help button that happens to be there. In my side, it happens to be all the way down here at the bottom. And there's a way that says contact support. Yours could be ask a question, something along those lines. And it might be up at the top at this point. But feel free to go ahead and put that in, put in the details, and it'll automatically send a ticket to our support team. And they can check your account, check your settings, work with those that are tied to your account at the company, and make sure that there's no problems with adding that feature if for some reason you're not seeing it today.